this video, I am going to talk about NuGet, which is a simple but smart component available as part of Visual Studio. So let us start from the scratch. What exactly is NuGet? NuGet is nothing but a package manager. So whenever I call something as a package, it is essentially nothing but a file. A package is nothing but a file. But what exactly is that file? That file essentially you can compare against a zip file. So each and every package is released in the form of a zip file. That particular zip file or that particular package file internally can contain multiple dialogs or multiple other files or scripts or images along with configuration information and so on. So most of the fellow developers who are working on the open source stuff or other organizations who wanted to sell the stuff, they release all of those particular software components to be used in our particular projects in the form of packages. So we search for the packages, and once we find our own package related to our particular project, we essentially download it into our project, install it, and then make use of those particular components as part of our project. NuGet is free and at the same time it is open source. So you can essentially get NuGet onto your machine just by downloading it, and on top of it you can also contribute as because it is open source. So not only that, even the NuGet documentation itself is being maintained by the community, even the website too. So there is an entire source code available which can be actually retrieved from GitHub, where the entire website of NuGet itself is open sourced. So we can download the NuGet website itself from GitHub and you can fork it and you can make use of it. Or you can actually collaborate with other developers and enhance NuGet to the next new level. So not just NuGet, you can create your own particular package and you can publish it and make those particular packages available to other developers. So which means if you develop a very good component and if you'd like to distribute to other developers, you can make use of NuGet. And as NuGet is directly integrated inside Visual Studio, each and every particular developer who is searching for the respective package can easily find your package if it relates to him. And finally, those particular guys can simply download into their projects and make use of them. And at the same time, each and every package is associated with the respective version. So they can download whatever the versions they need, or they can upgrade as long as new versions are getting released progressively. And all of those packages are available through certain sources. So which means there exist several sources, just like our GitHub as a source control source. Similarly, Visual Studio, another source control. So in that way, we even have all of the NuGet packages to be available from several sources, and those are released in the form of feeds. So in general, we can simply call it as packages are available through feeds, and by default we already have a couple of feeds configured as part of Visual Studio, but we are not limited to those. We can have our own feeds to be added when necessary. And as I already mentioned, NuGet is directly integrated inside Visual Studio, and if it is not available as part of Visual Studio, you can always get it by installing your own NuGet extension. As long as you are using Visual Studio 2012 or above, you can say that NuGet is already installed by default. So you can make use of that particular extension as long as you have Visual Studio 2012 or above on your machine. And more particular convenient options are going to be made available as part of NuGet extension eventually, and using this convenience you can actually add or update or remove packages from within Visual Studio project solution. So let us have some demonstration. So as part of this demonstration, I am going to actually explain two methods of installing or updating or uninstalling packages. The first one using dialog, so which is essentially the GUI dialog where everything can be just done using clicks. The next one use command line, which means essentially you'll have to remember a couple of commands in order to install or work with packages. So there are more convenient options available in command line versus the GUI, especially if you are in need of installing very specific versions or downgrading to previous versions or whatever the versions you would like to specify. So you have more control whenever you go through the command line, but most of the work can also be done through the graphical user interface based dialog. So let us start from here. So I would like to create a new project, and in this case I would like to go to web, and so C sample is my location, and I just wanted to create a web application. And in this case I would like to select empty, and I would like to have a unit test project also to be added to my solution, and just click OK. So right now you can see this particular project is a web-based project, and if you see the references, you can see I have the default system.web references, which is fine, and at the same time I have the unit test project which will be actually used to unit test this particular web solution. So it is just another project, and let us consider I would like to have another project to be added, something like Visual Studio, Visual C Sharp, and in that I would like to go for class library, and just I would like to say something like sample.library. So you can just put whatever the name you wanted. So I have three projects inside one solution. So let me save everything. And imagine I would like to have certain packages to be installed into this particular project. The easiest way, first of all, ensure that you have NuGet in your Visual Studio. So if you have NuGet, you should be able to see NuGet Package Manager right here. So Tools, NuGet Package Manager. And you have the options like Manage NuGet Packages for the solution, and you have through the console where I was talking about the command line options, and we have a couple of settings where we can make use of much more customization. But anyway, so the easiest way, just right click there and you should be able to see manage NuGet packages, and when you are doing this you are working on this particular project only. Let us consider I am switching to solution and right click there, and then you can see you have the option manage NuGet packages for the whole solution. So you have both options. So let me consider I would like to go to a particular project here, and then I right click down there, and then I go in let me go to manage NuGet packages for this project alone. I click on this, and now you can see these are all the sources or the feeds I have. So all means please get from all the fields which have been configured currently. So I have two fields right now, two feeds. So I can have more and more feeds based on the configuration or the settings as part of your Visual Studio. So right now if I select all, which means all of those particular packages which are listed here are going to be brought from all the feeds available here. So in this case I can search for any of the packages, like for example if I say jQuery, and now you are actually searching for all the packages available from these particular feeds which are filtered against the word jQuery. So in that way you can have any other package name to be specified here, and you can search for that. So in this case you can see jQuery is already available, so I can just select that and click on install if we need that particular jQuery to be installed into the current project. and you can always see the current version right in here and when it has been published and so on. So you can go to the next page and see what are all the other jQuery related stuff is made available. Similarly, if you'd like to search for something else, for example Unity, so imagine I would like to have Microsoft application block, so which is Unity, to be searched. So I search for it and it is made available in this fashion, and the latest version is 3.5 and I can get it installed. So in that way you can search for the respective packages and all of those packages will be listed here, and conveniently when you select any kind of package you have the button install to install it to your particular project. So in this case, let us consider I would like to install Unity. So I just click on install and I click accept and I click close. So before clicking close, you can see that the moment you say this, it has been installed in the current project. So I click OK and let us open this, and you are going to see all these particular new references have been automatically added. So that is important to understand. Like we might have multiple other components or multiple other DLLs which have been referred by it based on the package you might have selected, and on top of that it has also created a configuration file exclusively to show you on what are all those particular packages which have been installed for your project. And the package manager really goes through this particular file and all of these XML elements it has gone through. It will be going through all of these XML elements, and then it tries to find out what versions are available and if there are any upgrades available on top of what we have. If there are, it is going to give us the new list of updates based on the options we might select or search for. So let us open another project. So you can see I don't have packages.config here and I don't have packages.config here. You installed those particular packages, or in this case only one package, only to this particular project. So let us save this solution and let us quickly open the folder of this solution. You can also see that it has actually created a folder named packages inside this just in parallel to other project folders. So this is the solution file I have. So within the same folder of the solution folder, you have the packages folder automatically created by the NuGet Package Manager, and it is going to list out all those packages we have created here, we have installed. So not only just listing, it essentially contains those DLLs or the scripts or the files which are downloaded for that particular package. So in this case you can see Unity 3.5 something is exactly the folder made available here, and I can open it, and now you can see it has got other files, and the moment I open this folder you are going to see all these particular DLLs which have been actually referred right here. So these are all the DLLs which are actually referred from here. So not only that, you also have another file called new package. So this is the package file I was talking about from the beginning. So this is the package file which contains essentially all of this together bundled into single file called this new package file. So you not only have that bundle expanded in this way, but you also have that entire bundle in single file called new package. So this is the package file you downloaded, and that bundle has been expanded in such a way that it is created into the respective folders, and once it has expanded all the files, all those particular files have been made available for references. So which means it automatically referred all those respective files necessary in order to get in touch with project. And sometimes there will be situations even the web config will also be modified based on the packages you might be selecting. So in general, you have most of the things happening the moment you install a package. It might modify web config, it could add a couple of reference files, it might add a couple of entries to packages.config if it is already available. If not, it creates the file itself. It will be creating a new folder if not available as part of the solution in order to maintain all the packages. So if new package is created, if the packages folder is already existing, then the new folder or new packages are going to be added here. So let us consider I would like to add another another package. So I go to manage NuGet again, and let us consider I would like to install entity framework and click install. So I accept the license. And now you can see packages.config is actually getting modified, and now you can see I have two packages which have been installed for this particular project. And if you open the references now, you are going to see entity framework related references. And let us open this particular packages folder, and you can see inside this I have both entity framework and unity. And let us open web.config, and now you can see even the web config is modified with respect to the entity framework related entries. So we have lots of things happening behind the scenes the moment you install any kind of package. Now let us go to the solution. Right click the solution and say manage NuGet packages for solution, and it says entity framework is made available, but in fact it is not currently available for all the projects. For example, let us consider I would like to have something like nlog. So I would like to install nlog. As I am actually starting from the solution, let us see what it is going to say. I click install, and now it is actually asking me where to install that particular package, whether all the respective projects or particular projects. So in this situation I would like to select all of the projects and click OK, and now click close. And now you can see packages.config is created inside sample.library with just this, and there is one more packages.config which is just this. And let us open this one, which is essentially having three, as because I already added a couple earlier, and now I have the new one which has been added here. So if you open back your particular packages folder, you are going to see the new one called nlog. So in that way you can actually create or install those particular packages from the solution level, so that all of those the same package gets installed in multiple projects in the same fashion. Okay, so let me close all. So now I would like to remove certain package. So I just right click here and say manage NuGet packages exclusively for that project only. And in this case I have nlog installed, so let me search for nlog, and you can see it says nlog has been already installed. So how to uninstall that? So you can always uninstall something by going through installed packages, and you will see all the list of installed packages as part of your particular application or say project. So you can click close, and let me click here and go to manage NuGet packages. And now if you see installed packages, you are going to see I have 3 installed packages for that particular project. And at any moment you can uninstall certain package whatever you don't want by just pressing the respective button. So let me uninstall from this particular tests project. So I go to this and go in here, I search for the installed packages and go for nlog and click on uninstall and I click OK. And you can see packages.config has been automatically removed, and I should not see any nlog related references as they are made available as part of the other project. So for example, I have nlog here, but I don't have it here. Similarly, I can uninstall from here as well. So I go here and go to manage NuGet packages, I go to install packages and say uninstall and click close. Similarly, I right click here, manage NuGet packages, all, and in this case I would like to uninstall nlog only and click close. And if you open the packages, you can see nlog is automatically removed. And now I go back here and you should see nlog folder is completely removed, as because none of the projects are referring to nlog anymore. So we can also remove others. So I go in here, I go to manage NuGet packages, let us uninstall entity framework, let us uninstall unity, and so it says one or more packages could not be completely uninstalled. Visual Studio needs to be refreshed, so restarted. So let us restart and click S and see what's going on. So first of all, you can see packages.config is removed. So you open web config. There are still a couple of references which have been left inside the web config, so those need to be cleared manually. So none of the settings which have been added by the package manager have been removed automatically. So it is going to be our job essentially to remove them manually if NuGet doesn't do it. So we'll have to be careful and we'll have to be watching the respective configurations inside web.config. And let us go to the references. It looks like all the references have been completely removed. And let us go in here and you can see even from the packages everything has been removed. So that is how you can actually uninstall and install the respective packages. Again, from the dialog, so that is using the manage NuGet packages dialog. So this is the UI dialog. So now let us start doing the same or achieve the same using NuGet command line option. So I go to add in NuGet Package Manager, and inside that I have Package Manager Console. So let me clear everything, whatever I have in the console first. And there are two things we'll have to always consider while working in the console. The first thing is the source, so which means the feed from where I can search for and install all the necessary packages. So right now you can see it has been switching to Microsoft and .NET, but in fact if I would like to install from every other source, in this case from any of these two, I need to select all. And whenever you are installing any kind of package, by default it goes to this particular project, as that is the one which has been selected by default. You can always switch that to any other project based upon the necessity. So let us check on what are all the packages which have been currently installed in our solution. So the easiest way, you can say get package. So get package is the command which essentially lists out all the packages which have been installed throughout the solution. And currently it says new packages installed, and obviously no packages are made available or installed. So let me clear and let me list out all those particular packages related to say Elma. So I would like to say get package list available. So if I do this, it is going to really give you tons and tons of packages list, for which I don't really need to. I would like to provide a filter, so which is optional, but in this case I would like to provide a filter like Elma. So I'm trying to search for a package named Elma. So it is going to through all the feeds, as because I specified all, it is going through all those particular feeds and searches for this Elma, and wherever Elma is found, it is trying to list out all those particular packages along with the respective versions. Now the moment I say install package Elma, it is going to install this particular 1.2.2 version. So let us do that. So again, the default project is sample library. So the moment I say install package Elma and click enter, and now it has actually opened a readme.txt file, which if you want you can go through that. And right now you can see Elma version 1.2 has been added to sample.library. So if you go to the sample.library, you can see packages.config has been added, and it has actually added two packages, as because Elma package is actually depending on another package called Elma core library. So NuGet package is smart enough to actually bring down the dependencies related to whatever the package you are asking for. So if your package is depending on other packages, it is smart enough to include those other packages which are all dependents to be also included as part of the same installation. And once it has done that, you can see the references Elma has been already added. And if you open the folder inside the packages, you should be seeing both of those particular packages listed right there. So that is how I can install a particular package. But imagine I would like to have that particular package to be uninstalled from the command line. So the easiest way I can do that is uninstall package, and the package name is Elma. There is one important point I would like to mention here. So again, whenever you say uninstall package, it is going to uninstall Elma package. Sorry, it's a typo here. Elma package, but again from this particular project, whatever you have chosen. So the moment I say remove that, you can see it says it has been successfully removed. So let me press yes, and you can see it has removed Elma, but it did not remove the other dependencies. So in order to remove the other one also, so you can say Elma dot core library, and you can see even that one is removed, and you can see packages.config is also removed, and no more references to Elma. And if you switch back, you can see there is no packages folder at all, even that has been removed. So in that way I can uninstall the package which has been already installed earlier. Okay, now let us consider I would like to install jQuery, and that too into the project web application. So we already knew the command like install package, and now I can say I would like to install jQuery, and whenever I would like to do that, I have to switch to this particular project web application. If you don't want to do that, there is another option called project. So you can specifically say that this particular package jQuery needs to be installed in this project. So the precedence or the priority is going to be based on whatever the option you might be specifying here, and it overrides whatever the option is which is available here. So in this case it will be actually installing jQuery to this particular project web application. And now you can see within this particular project I have packages.config, and it has not created anything else here. And as part of this one, now you can see it has installed the latest version of jQuery here. And if you switch back to this folder, you can see jQuery with all the package and the necessary information or the other files which may be necessary for that particular package. So similarly, let me uninstall jQuery package from the project application 1, web application 1. And now you can see it has removed all of those particular jQuery related references from here, and let us quickly check, and there are no packages folder anymore here. Okay, so we have seen install package and uninstall package, but there is one particular convenience as part of the command line or the console. Whenever you would like to have a particular version to be installed, so for example, if I say install package jQuery. So let me go to the default as web application for now. So whenever you do this, it goes to the jQuery source and always gets the latest no matter what. But imagine I would like to install version 1.5. I don't need 2.1. So for that purpose you have the option version. So you can provide a version and I can say 1.5. This facility is not directly available from the GUI, or you have to search for 1.5 version, which may or may not be listed sometimes, but instead of searching through and through and through, it is quite easier for us if you know the version name, just install straight away right from the package console itself, package manager console. So I can say version 1.5 and now you can see it actually installed 1.5 version. So if you open the scripts, you can see jQuery 1.5 is available, and inside the packages you can see this one. Okay, and yes, I already have that particular jQuery installed. I can also list out all the packages installed in my solution by just typing get package, and now you can see as part of my particular solution it says jQuery has been installed. And now there is another command which essentially gives me all the updates which can be made to my solution with respect to the versioning of the packages. So the moment I type this, it says like I already have a jQuery version. However, it could be upgraded to the latest version 2.1.4. So that is the suggestion it can give us the moment we type in this. It does not do any update, it just lists out what are all the updates we can do for the respective packages we might have been already downloaded and using it. So that is another advantage of get package here. So how to install or update it? So the easiest command is update package and jQuery. So there is one particular danger of using update package command. This particular command essentially does update that particular package in every project of the current solution, and it doesn't honor the current default project. It is very much important. So let us consider I would like to have okay, I will deal with that one later. So let us consider I would like to say update package jQuery. So in this case I have only in one location. So let me consider even inside another tests I would like to have the jQuery reference, which may not make sense here, but just I would like to simply add or install jQuery into the test. So as again I'm mentioning, this may not make sense, but just for understanding on how to install and update. So in this case I would like to say version 1.5. So I am installing jQuery into this particular project of version 1.5, and you can see I got the scripts along. So in the scripts you can see I have 1.5. So let me clear everything, and now I would like to say update package jQuery. So the default project is web application.test, and let us see what this one is doing right now. So I'm saying that please upgrade the package jQuery to the latest version, and just click OK. Okay, now let us see this and see. Now you can see this update package command essentially went through every project in the solution and upgraded my existing jQuery to 2.1. So earlier I was having 1.4 here and 1.4 here, but the moment I say update package jQuery, it did not honor this default project, but instead it did for everything, or say every particular project available in the solution. So we should be very careful whenever we are using update package. And next, so let us consider I would like to have jQuery back to 1.5 version for web application 1, but still 2.1 alone for tests. So I would like to leave this one as it is, but I would like to downgrade the version of jQuery here for web application 1, which was done by mistake. So as update package does not honor this, I need to specify my own project. So I'm saying please update the package jQuery to version 1.5 and only for the project web application 1. And the moment I press enter, you can see this is still 2.1.4, but if you switch back, it is back to 1.5. So in order to downgrade, you can still update the package. So update package command works for both upgrading and downgrading the versions of the respective packages you might be working on. So imagine I'm actually doing one more. Okay, let me install Unity into this particular project. So install package Unity web application 1. So I click, and now you can see I got the references of all the Unity stuff. For some reason, for an unknown reason, just imagine I removed this, and again I try to install this. It says it has already installed, but instead you can see my particular references are not getting updated. It updated only once during the installation, but after that it did not update anything, even though I have removed it by mistake. So how to fix those kind of errors? Clear the screen, and I have the reinstall, so which is supposed to be an option here. So package reinstall, and then I can specify Unity for the project web application 1. And now you can see that particular reference, whatever I removed earlier, I could get it back again. So in that way, whenever you delete any kind of references, you can still get back to the previous mode by just reinstalling that package alone.